have written to the IEC to demand that it deregister the party, claiming it was registered by the current leadership fraudulently. Now, a breakaway group met in Cape Town this week, where it took a resolution to deregister the party ahead of the elections and seek cooperation with the ANC.
Leaders of this breakaway group say the ATM was registered under the constitution of its organization, the African Transformation Congress. They say the ATM, which was supposed to have been a political desk of the ATC, has no constitution, and therefore it was not supposed to have been registered as a party. Their letter is now on its way to the IEC to demand the deregistration of the ATM.
The council decided to dissolve the ATM because we discovered that actually the ATM does not represent the interest of the council. Initially, the ATM, in fact, the ATC, the council knows ATC because actually we took a resolution that actually the council has to form the political desk which will speak on our behalf, because at that time we had some crucial things that actually we wanted to address the issue, because the council wanted to form its own bank, and also we wanted to form our own university, which we call it a University of African Transformation.
Efforts to forge cooperation with the ANC are also underway.
As a General Secretary, I was given a mandate to go and sit down with the leadership of the ANC and negotiate with them. Actually, these churches are the big churches of South Africa. As much as they are big, but we don't have the voice. So we said, actually, let us establish the ATC, which is going to be our voice. So what we discovered now, currently, as we are looking towards the election, is that the ATC does not represent us. If you can look in the manifesto of the ATM, it does not talk about us. Hence, yesterday we had this conference and we took a resolution that to deregister the ATC and look for the political home, going back to the initial engagement that we had with the ruling party. Because now I've been mandated by the council to engage the ruling party. So what we are saying that we were trying to bring on board all those people that form the structures of the ATM. So we need to give them the direction. So we will come to the media after I engage with the leadership of the ANC to give them the direction.
Numerous attempts to get hold of the party's spokesperson Mandisa Mashia for their response failed, but the ATM leadership is already campaigning for next month's election and has announced its premier candidates already. Manilisi Tubase, SABC News, Cape Town.
So the ATM has since released a statement rubbishing these claims. The party president, Vuyolwethu Zungula, joins me now live for some clarity. So thank you very much indeed for your time. I guess the big question is, can supporters bank on the ATM to contest the upcoming elections?
Yes, there's no reason why they should discount the ATM. The ATM is a registered political party and it's already on the ballot paper. There is nothing that will stop the ATM from contesting these elections.
Let's just go through this now and some of the claims that came out from that package that we've just played. According to this group, it says the ATM members have written to the IEC to deregister the party, claiming that the current leadership registered fraudulently. What do they mean by that?
I have no idea. There's only one leadership of the party. The person who was responsible to register the party with the IEC was myself. There's never been a leadership change from a presidential level. And when I was watching this clip, I think there's some confusion because there's a council of the churches, there's the ATC.
Yes.
The ATC was a political party which was supposed to be registered by this council. Now, the IEC rejected the name because it was similar with AIC, ANC, and many other political parties. Therefore, when IEC communicated that we can't register ATC, we had to change the name and register ATM. Therefore, there is no ATC and ATM. There's only one political organization, which is the ATM.
So the Congress is the issue here. But look, the leaders of this breakaway party group says that the ATM was registered under the constitution, they mention, of its organization, the African Transformation Congress. And they say the ATM was just merely a political desk. You know, what's your response to that?
It is pure lies. Because the ATC, like I said earlier on, the plan was to register ATC, African Transformation Congress. Now, every document back then kept on was in the name of ATC. When IEC said we can't register because of too many organizations with a similar name, we had to change the process, gazette a new name, provide a new logo, and all of those things. Therefore, there is no independent in other organization called the ATC. The person who was on the clip now was a former secretary of the Council of Messianic Churches. There is no organization called the ATC whatsoever.
So, according to reports, they plan to write to the IEC to deregister the ATM. What's your next step?
Obviously, we'll have to challenge it. In fact, even if we do not challenge it, there's nothing that is going to happen. And one thing that the viewers should understand, that when an organization like ours is doing so well, there will always be an attempt to try and remove us from the ballot paper, because any person who wants to object to any party being registered in the country, they've got 30 days to lodge their objection with the IEC. That did not happen. So people must try and understand, why is this happening so close to the elections? And the speaker is speaking about they've already engaged the ANC. Now, that should tell you maybe the people that are behind all of this, because if they were genuine about perhaps providing solutions to the country, or maybe resolving all of these things, they would have approached the leadership of the ATM or the leadership of the council. Why do they need to have any engagements with the ruling party? That should give the viewers some thought behind what is really happening.
So
here.
What's your thoughts on that?
Our thought is there's something happening, and this guy maybe is being influenced somewhere to try and destabilize the growth of the ATM. But I can assure you now, our members in all communities, they are campaigning hard, and they know what we are as the ATM and what we stand for. And there's nothing that will stop those members from campaigning and making sure that we win these elections.
You know, with just days, I think it's 16 days before the elections, surely this kind of developments within your party will be, disconcerting news to your supporters, if not vexing news to your supporters. I mean, how do you think this is going to affect your performance?
Look, we see this as a sign of strength, because if an organization is doing well in the country, there will always be attempts to try and destabilize that organization. If we're an organization that is not making any meaningful impact, there would not be any attempts to try and remove us from the ballot paper. So our members, as well as us as a leadership, we see this as a pat on the back that continue doing the good work that we are doing, because the people that are in control of the politics in the country, they do not want us to be in the ballot paper. And unfortunately, ATM will be on the ballot paper. There's absolutely nothing that will happen that will stop us from contesting these elections.
These latest developments, from what you're hearing on the ground, what sort of reaction are you getting from party supporters?
The party supporters are saying we are ruffling the feathers of the people that do not want change in the country. Hence, there are so many attempts, because this grouping that was there in Cape Town, look, there's a council, and the council is comprising of these churches, and these churches have put in their support to the party. Now, as a party, as a self-funding party, we have limited resources. But funny enough, this grouping managed to organize a conference in Cape Town. It was able to bus people. It was able to even have lawyers lodging this appeal with the IEC. So there is some financial backing that is there in the background that is trying to influence and try to make people believe that there's a problem in the ATM. There's no problem in the ATM. We've never been so united as a party.
Well, you were formed last year, in fact, isn't it, in 2018. When did you get a sense that there were some tensions within the party, and this could be the possibility of a breakaway group saying this?
There is no tension in the party, like I said earlier on.
But obviously there is some here, isn't it, when you have some of this group saying this?
There is one leadership of the party, which is led by myself. There is one set of provincial structures, regional structures. The person that you saw is a former General Secretary of the Council. He was released last year to focus on his studies. Now, he's not part of the leadership of the party, is not part of the leadership of the council. And even those people that I was trying to look now at the clip, those people, I do not even recognize them as the members of the party. So that's why we are saying, as a party, we've never been united.
Well, you say that, but do you envisage an uphill battle to convince the voters out there that you are in fact united?
Look, the voters know that the manner in which politics are in the country, whenever there is a party that is there and is going to challenge the status quo, there will be attempts to try and destabilize that party. Now, hence I said earlier on, this is a sign of strength, it's a sign of confidence that the voters should have to us as a party, because if the ones who are in control of our country did not fear the ATM, wouldn't be having such a well-coordinated and well-funded attack on the ATM.
Vuyolwethu, thank you very much indeed for coming in and trying to clarify some of these issues. We appreciate you coming in.
Thank you so much.
That was the ATM party president, Vuyolwethu Zungula there. Let's take a quick break.